Hey guys, Brix back with another Lego Transformer review, and today, yes, I'm bringing to you my version 4 G1 Optimus Prime. Let's check it out. Okay, so here we have version 4 G1 Optimus Prime, and I must say he looks a lot more solid than probably any of my other previous versions before. I borrowed some of the design from my version 3, and the only reason I never updated my website with version 3 was because there were parts of the transformation in the chest that were a little weak, and I wasn't fully happy with the grill design and everything. So I'm a lot more happier with this. I spent a lot more time working on this one. The tolerances on version 3 were way too tight, and it was like a little too perfect to where it wasn't enjoyable to transform. So version 4 is a lot more enjoyable, and a lot more chunky and beefy. So as you can see, it does roll quite well with no problems whatsoever. I got a ton of accessories that I'll probably be including in the LDD file once I upload this guy. We have some weapons like his battle axe or energon axe. We got his traditional gun that I try to redesign. Some backpack boosters, got 2 of these. I got a new matrix of leadership, looking pretty cool. I'll kind of hold it like this so you guys can see. Now it doesn't fit in his chest in truck mode, and it'll go in his chest in robot mode, but there's no place for it to really peg down to. And out of celebration of the MP44, which I don't know who's gonna pay that type of money for, I have the Starscream head and the little intake parts that go on top of the shoulders. So in truck mode, if you wanted to store at least the gun somewhere, we do have that little anti-stud right there in front of the handle. You guys can see it right there. That could kind of plug right there on top of the smokestack if you want. Or you flip it upside down, and that stud right there could plug right into the center of the anti-stud right there. So there's a bunch of places. You could probably place it on his foot also back there. I didn't really want to make too many ports because that would just be silly to just have it hanging out on the side and all the other stuff. So let's get straight into transformation. Yes. Let's zoom out. Looks pretty cool so far. The first thing that we are going to do are take these gas tanks right here and bring them down. They fold over the back wheel. Very nice placement. Haven't really seen anybody do this yet, so I mean, I've studied the transformation on a lot of different primes and thought that was pretty cool. The next thing we're going to do is take this whole section down here and bring it down. Very similar to my previous primes. The next thing that we are going to do is bring the legs down. Oh wait, this is actually tabbed in. I forgot all about that. Yeah, I did some updates right before the beginning of the video, along with a lot of these whatchamacallit. Oh, that part came off. Let's see, what part was supposed to... Yeah, this part right here. Along with a lot of the accessories and stuff. Like real last minute right before the video. But this comes down, and that could hang out there for now. Well, I guess ultimately, we could move it around. Flip that around like that. Make sure you guys can see everything. Kind of zoom out a little bit more for you guys. There you go. So that'll go like that for now. The next thing that we do, we pick up this flap if you haven't already. Got a ton of space back there. Then we start moving the arms out. Like so, real traditional Prime style. We're going to take this little piece right here under the arm, fold that in. Very cool. Do the same on the other side. Swing that arm out, or the forearm, and then swing out from the shoulder. We have these maxi fig hands, very useful for primes. Flip that piece in like that. The next thing that we are going to do, we could flip in these grill pieces right here, or these side pieces, like so. So everything's nice and tight, very good. You guys can see all of that. The next thing that we could do is take these pieces right here, and let's see how we're going to do this here. We'll straighten out these legs a little bit so that we could bend this up slightly like that. What I ultimately want to do is get these legs back just a little bit. Oh, we can separate the legs like so. Let's swing around these thighs real quick just to get those orientated. So now we have the beef of the leg sticking out on the outside rather than the inside. Like so. Very good. And what I want to do is kind of bring these legs down for now. Come on, there you go. So you want to bring one of these down so we could take this one right here and fold it, not fold it, but rotate it on that little jumper, well not the jumper, the little clip plate right there, like so. Make sure it's nice and even and flush, like that. And we can take this one and rotate it while it's down there. Make sure that that's nice and flush. And then they should line up just like that. So that looks really good. Fold the legs forward, like so. Bring this back down so we can get that out the way again. And then that'll fold out pretty much like this. Now for the head, as you can see, we got these rocker plates right here. We're gonna bring all of that back. But before we do that, I swear this is my first time. We gotta open up the chest to help out with bringing the head out a little bit. So these protrude just enough to kind of get your nails around it and open up the windshield, like so. And you can see the head. Hands are a little shaky. So you can see the head in there. And what you want to do, you want to kind of push it through as you're bending these rocker plates back, like so. And then from there, you'll be able to swing the head out on this T-joint, 180 like that, and then bring it back down. Dope. So from there, what you want to do is take this whole piece and have the anti-studs facing outward like this. And make sure that's all bent up properly. And once it's like that, I'll show you straighten out everything. Everything's nice and tight. And then we can take this back piece and fold it down over that, and then bring these wheels to the back like so. So this is how we're looking so far. Oh, something came off, and that's fine because it's Lego. And my hands are shaky. There we go. So looking good so far. The next thing that we want to do, let's make sure everything's nice and tight. Nice and tight and flush. Very good. And just while we have the chest open, I just want to kind of show you guys how the matrix does fit in there, because it's about 2 bricks wide and would fit in like that. Pretty cool. So we're going to close that back up for now. The next thing we're going to do is, let's work on the feet, where we just spring out the toes like that on both sides. Very new pieces, so that's why it's a little tight right now. And that's pretty much it for the feet. Now for the arms, well, not the arms, but the hands, that's a brand new transformation that I'm pretty proud of. So let me see if I could kind of situate him to where he could stand on his own a little bit. There you go. I kind of want to zoom in on the hand part so I can show you what that looks like. Just got over a head cold, so my voice is a little raspy right now. I apologize. But for the hands right here, I kind of want more light on that a little bit. Can we get more light on that? There we go. My hands will probably get in the way a little bit though. Basically what we're going to do, as you can see, we got that 1x1 rounded plate with the little bar on the end right there. And we're going to pretty much just rotate it out. Lift the hand up. Rotate this up halfway. Rotate the hand. And then fold it up the rest of the way. And that's how the hand transformation will go. And fold that back in. So we're just going to do that again on the other side really quickly. And kind of bring in the elbow and everything like that. So let's get this arm out. Fold that back down just for the hand transformation. Fold that up, and we can slide all of that out. Fold that back up. Fold this up. And I thought about putting bricks here. I might try that with the Ultra Magnets just to see how people like it. And then we can take the arm, slide that pin in a little bit more. And there we have version 4 Optimus Prime. Get them nice and posed up for you guys. Very nice. Nice and center stage there. Whew, that was a bit of a workout. It's always easier to transform these things like in your lap versus, you know, being behind a camera for you to like have to move your arms around stuff. And zoom out just a little bit more so you guys could get a nice little 360 view. One of the things that took me a while to try to figure out, oh, he fell. And that's more so because my table is probably a little lopsided. Not like the figure has any actual problem standing or anything. But, I mean, you guys got to witness a little bit of a drop test, so that was cool, right? All right, that's back on. And that's back on, almost. And move them back in the center so we could continue the spin. Jeez. Gotta really fix that table issue. Make sure he doesn't kind of doing like a little Michael Jackson smooth criminal stance right there. Hope I'm not aging myself but so much, but there we got Optimus. So as a quick little size comparison, of course, I'll move Optimus over to the side a little bit. Is he okay? Yeah, he looks good. I got my Megatron back in order. He's been hanging out in the bag since probably Brick Fair. And they're roughly about the same size. I know Megatron's supposed to be like a little bigger, but head to head, they're probably like maybe just like Optimus might be like a plate taller than Megatron. But I mean, they're all deluxe scale, so I think he's scaled fairly well with that. Optimus next to me. This was a pretty good size. And just because we have him hanging around next to Soundwave. Oh, he's considerably taller than Soundwave, a little bit, maybe almost a head. Cool. All right, so for accessories, I kind of want to get this spinning table out the way. Kind of done rotating him and stuff like that, so. And let's bring it down. And focus. There you go. So, for his gun, of course, this little ion blaster, I believe it's called. He holds that fairly well. That's why I had the hand kind of raised above the forearm, so that way it'll be easier to hold weapons and stuff like that. So he holds that fairly well. And then we have a little blasting effect right here that we can pretty much just plug into the barrel, and you can shoot Decepticons. Pretty cool. Oh, give it to me. Give me the gun. There you go. There he goes, leaning again. What else do we have? We have his Energon axe. So how I did this was pretty much just untransform his hand, which I'll probably save you the time of having to watch me do, and just kind of fast forward through it. Oh, that was quick enough. Then you're going to take this stud right there, it's just on like a headlight brick, and plug that in. And now he can swing axes. Very cool. Very cool. Now, I like the little rocket bottom there effect that I have, since you can't really find like an orange orb to kind of plug in there. At least that's like transparent. So I could have sworn they make these in that orange also, but I like the red because it kind of makes it a part of his arm. So let's bring his hand back out. Since that transformation was so fast anyway. Once you've done it a few times, it's really easy, really simple. So since we're doing the video for this, and we also wanted to show off the little new masterpiece gimmicks. I don't know why they did this with Starscream's head. I mean, from that one episode that almost nobody that I know remembers. But to do that, you pretty much just take Optimus's head, wiggle it off this T-joint, like so. Take Starscream's head, wiggle it on the T-joint, and then you can take the little intake exhaust things, plug them in right there, and now he looks like Starscream dressed up as Optimus Prime. Don't know why people are doing that, but oh well. We'll just take those off. But I will include those accessory options in the LDD file as well. Now, as far as his backpack, I mean, I kind of feel like he already has these these wheels back there. So I was like, well, how can I use these? Or, I don't want to put too much on his back. It kind of already looks like he's wearing a backpack. So with this, you would just snap the wheels off. More so from the inside. I see this piece is already trying to come off again. And so is that. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And then snap off that. You want to bend towards the middle, because that'll be like the easiest, so that you don't really have too much resistance. But you would take these little pieces right here. A lot of people should have these by now, and plug them into the wheel base, or where the wheels were connected, basically. Bring this back down, and that would be his backpack where he could fly around and do stuff like that. I'd more so want them pointed down a little bit, but versus having to like put all new pieces on his back, he kind of already has a backpack, and why not fly forward like that anyway? So that's kind of cool. Once again, you want to kind of break off towards the middle like that. And this piece likes to come undone a little bit, but that's all fine. Just put these wheels back on so that you can be fully Optimus. Optimal Optimus. Oh, that fell off again. I might make an update to that, I'm not really sure. Just to kind of have everything nice and tight. But there's a reason why this isn't a 2x4, just in case if you're wondering, because it won't really fit under the grill if it extends all the way out this way. It has to be like really tight tolerances and stuff, so that's the only reason. So there we have version 4 G1 Optimus. And it's too zoomed in to see. I pretty much went over all of the accessories. Once again, here's the matrix. It clips into his hand like any regular bar and clip. Oh, it's too far out. Just enough so you can see the guy, right? There you go. So he does hold the matrix, and I'm pretty sure I'll do some poses with like the final pictures and stuff like that also. So this is BX Brix, thanking you guys once again for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that wonderful stuff. Do remember I will be putting these instructions, updating my current version 2 all the way up to my version 4 Optimus Prime on BrixMediaStudios.com, and I will be eventually running through the purchase history so I can see if you've already purchased version 2, then I should be sending you version 4 real soon for free. All right, and definitely expect all the recolors to the Ultra Magnus. I'm going to be building new Ultra Magnus armor for the white convoy. Of course, we're going to be having Nemesis Prime, and this guy who's in a baggie right here. I'm very happy to say we're going to be making a new Shatter Glass. All of this will probably be like the solid lime green instead of the transparent, but I could finally get rid of that guy and make a real cool one. And I thought about doing some like funny little repaints, like making a Starscream, well, not a Starscream, but like a Soundwave Optimus Prime, maybe a Megatron, and like just different characters in this new convoy design, just for the fun of it. But stay tuned for that. I'll probably release that on maybe social media like Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So yeah, we got this and one more video before the end of the year. So I will see you guys next time. Peace.